Some sources that my colleagues and I have been talking with were able to read aloud to us and provide some quotes from a series of emails that are from inside the Trump campaign. And what these emails show is that a foreign policy advisor, a relatively low-level advisor, a volunteer to the Trump campaign, was almost every other week trying to tell the Trump campaign team about efforts by different groups of Russians to meet with Donald Trump and to meet with other members of the campaign. In these emails, George Papadopoulos is mentioning a series of groups. One, a national organization that's connected to the government, was created by the Russian government. They want to set up a meeting for Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. And from there, in March, that first message, follow a series of another half dozen emails with similar requests and similar invitations. And what's interesting is that the Trump campaign, at least some very senior officials in the campaign, expressed some caution about arranging for Trump to meet with Putin and other similar meetings. The person who's the most concerned about these in the emails that we have seen is actually Paul Manafort, the campaign chairman at the time, who says, we need to send a message out that Donald Trump is not doing these meetings. Another campaign sort of senior eminence, Sam Clovis, also raises concerns about the legal and political implications of meeting with foreign governments during the middle of a campaign. But while they're expressing caution, obviously we know now, as a result of our reporting, there are members of the Trump campaign team who do meet with senior and important Russian officials. These emails come from what could be described as a treasure trove of internal campaign emails, 20,000 pages of records of what was going on and being discussed in the campaign. They've all been handed over to congressional investigators, and we're seeing a small portion of these, so we don't know exactly what all the others hold. What we know is what we've seen of these. But this tiny little peek into a small handful, at least, of emails suggests anxiety and somebody hitting the brakes on this idea. The president has repeatedly said that, he doesn't talk to Russians, he didn't collude.
That I have no dealings with Russia.
And these emails don't dispute that, actually. What they do raise is the idea that very, very frequently this was a topic of conversation inside the campaign, that Russians wanted to meet with Donald Trump and wanted to meet with his campaign team, and were making, at least as George Papadopoulos describes it, fairly frequent requests to do so. The White House has reiterated that the president has not been in touch while a campaign member with any Russians. They declined to comment for this story. In fact, most of the people that we reached out to that are speaking in these emails, most people have declined to comment.